Hello, welcome to another Alpha Strike We Play video, and today Tarron and I are having a look at the Silver Venators for Mythos. And aren't they cool?
They are awesome.
They are awesome. Yes.
They are very awesome. I'm like, I was looking at the cards and things and I'm going, maybe I want to change my faction. But no. No, but they are cool.
They are. All the factions are very cool, and we will get to all of them. But yeah, we just wanted to have a look at these ones because they're
awesome.
Kind of different.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So tell us a little bit about them. And
well, if I understand the... You go in for the fluff a bit more than I do. I haven't really read it much, but I'm pretty sure they're like a... sort of like a time-traveling auditing group.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
That sort of thing.
So they're going around and they're like, somebody was supposed to die but somehow didn't. Then one of these will show up. They work for the Yith.
Yeah, so they're basically myths that exist outside of time and space in this giant library sort of thing, and they keep track of the fabric of everything.
Yeah,
and
so
what the issue is, we've got this big shadow war that's going on because of all the Great War, and that's brought everybody back, and now they're sort of messing with how things are supposed to be, so they're getting a bit annoyed.
when these guys spot something that needs changing, they send this squad in, or a member of the squad in, and they go in and they make sure that it happens. So if you were supposed to die, they make sure you die. If you were supposed to live, they make sure that nobody kills you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's,
I'd rather have them protecting me than coming after me.
Yeah, because they're pretty full on combat-wise.
But so they have this key that's sort of linked to them, and
the silver
key and how they sort of travel, and they can go through any space that's 120 degrees angle or something, which is
some weird thing.
So yeah, if you've got these things hunting you, you're really going to have to be careful as to where you reside and where you travel or whatever, because they can just sort of pop out and that's it, game over for you,
basically.
But one of the cool aspects to them is that they actually come with portals.
Yeah, so they can put down the portal as like a model, and they put the portal down before everybody deploys. So before everybody's deployed, you put these portals down. You can't be within...
It's 12 inches.
12 inches of the enemy
of
deployment
their
area.
Deployment zone.
But anywhere else, and then you're allowed to deploy your models in contact with the portal. And I think you can get 2 of them.
2, yeah. So you get 2 of them. There's 2 in the box, so you can see everything that comes in there. So there's three girls and 2 of the
Tyndaly'th.
So these horrible looking
hounds
things with big tongues that hunt you down, and they're really agile. And
if the ladies themselves can't sort out whatever time problem it is that they're having, then they can talk to the Yith, and they get a Tyndaly'th Hound comes to give them a hand.
They don't like to use them because they just tend to like to kill everything.
They just go Burko and kill the lot.
But
but so combat wise they're all pretty full on.
They are. Yeah. We'll have a look at them.
They go, I think the main mechanic they have is the marking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
if I remember correctly.
So we'll start with who their leader is. So what's that?
Bridget McCleary.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Bridget McCleary.
So she has a 9 sanity, 3 myth, and 22 wounds. Average movement for a human, so 6 and 8 charge, things like that. Yep. But she actually has 3 attack types, which is kind of cool.
Which is insane.
So a combat, an arcane, and a ranged. But like you were saying, they do actually have this marking of things. So when this model enters play, nominate an enemy model to be their target. The target is defined as that model's quarry. This model gains +2 to attack rolls against this quarry. A Venator model can only have 1 quarry at a time.
Yeah. So you're basically hunting one model.
Yeah.
So you pick an enemy model and you go, him.
That's the one. That's the one.
You go after him and you get bonuses to the attack.
So the other girls have the same sort of thing.
They have that same Venator ability. It's the Venator ability that does
correct.
That, isn't
it? Yeah. So they all have that.
And the cool thing is you can only have 1 at a time, and that happens when you come in to play. You pick one.
Yeah.
But the leader has the extra ability where she can, what's it called? Gift of the Yith. She can designate an enemy model as quarry for any Venator in the same force. So if you do manage to kill one of your quarry, then you can then designate another one for that model. You can say, okay, sis, you go kill that guy, sort of thing. And that's really cool because that keeps those bonuses going.
Yeah. So if you've got something big that you want to take down, like Cernos for your Wildborn, for example. Well, sorry. But yeah, you can basically...
He's a cutie, don't kill him.
You basically pile on all your bonuses because,
well, that's...
You don't want them on the table for very long.
That's the thing. It doesn't say there that they can't have multiple Venators all targeting one person. They can only have one each.
That's right.
It doesn't say that you can't have them all targeting the same one.
Correct.
Which means that all of your guys could sort of like pile on and get a huge bonus to all of them. Or you could split your forces up and sort of like hit individual models.
So Bridget's quite good because with all of her attack types, her Mythos effect is different for each. So she can do paralyze, fatigue, and a burn, depending on which one she chooses. So, and a 12-inch range for her telekinetic barb, which is an arcane attack. So 12 inches is pretty good.
Yeah. And that gives you the fatigue,
Yeah.
And it's 8 inches for her ranged attack, which gives you the burn. And her close combat attack is a paralyze, which is nasty.
That's the nasty.
We've covered that one before.
Yeah. So she's adding 7 to the dice. So if she gets a charge, she's got 3 dice, and then if you're the target, you're the quarry.
You get an extra +2, and you get the it's combat focus.
Yeah, so she's got a couple of
so she can re-roll
abilities.
Yeah, and she's also got a sprint. I think they all have a sprint, don't they?
They all
the
have
3 ladies have a sprint.
Yeah.
So they can add 2 to their move and charge. So they become she becomes an 8-10. So 8 move and 10 charge.
Yeah,
10's a big charge.
Yeah. So for someone who's essentially a standard size human,
to get that far that fast is, especially with those sort of combat abilities, youch. You're looking at really nasty stuff happening. What's her other thing? Oh, the Furio Roshi. Furio Roshi. I'm butchering stuff. Go me.
You can do that.
This model may take a negative modifier of up to 3. When I saw this, I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Up to 3 on their combat attack rolls. If they win the attack, they gain a bonus of double this modifier to the damage dealt.
Yes.
So you can choose to get a minus to your roll, and then if you win that combat, you get double the amount of extra damage as you took in a minus. So if you take a -2 and you win, you'll get 4 extra damage, and you can do that up to a -3. It's pretty good.
If you're ganging up on an enemy model as well,
you still get your bonuses.
You're getting all these bonuses.
Yeah.
It would be worth risking that. And
it is
just
insane.
Finishing someone off real quick.
It is just insane the amount of damage they could potentially do to different units. And I mean, we'll go over the girls, but I want to point out this guy's thing, which is the Canis Venatici. Canis Venatici? This model gains +1 to attack rolls against any model marked as quarry for any Venator in the same force.
Yeah.
So your Tyndaly'th Hound, he's got bonuses against anything that they've marked as quarry.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it doesn't stack.
No.
So it's just a basic +1. So if they've all got on the 1, then it's just +1. But
still,
it's pretty nuts.
I mean, if you've all got the same thing marked as quarry and you can all get to it and you all attack it at the same time, I don't care what it is, it's pretty much dead.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
exactly
dead.
Right. If you can keep Bridget alive and she just keeps reassigning to the other girls, because she's got the ranged attacks, so she can contribute to fights.
It looks like each of the ladies are a specialty. I mean, she has all 3, which is just madness. But Anna Maria Golden?
Yeah.
Golden. She would be the ranged specialist. So she's got a base combat, base level, base to base combat thing, but she's also got Greek Fire, which is her ranged combat and gives a burn. And she also has a bonus to range attacks. So her myth is a precision shot. So you spend a myth and you get a +1 to range attacks until the end of the activation. She also gets a riposte. So when this model takes damage from a combat attack, roll 1d6, and the winner of the attack takes that many wounds. It's just
Yum.
they're insane.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are. I mean, they've been genetically modified to be able to do what they do.
Yeah.
So
They're still
would have been quite painful.
yeah, they're still basically mortal human females. So they're I mean, their stats are they're not super duper buff.
No, but it's
they
their
are
abilities.
These abilities are just insane. They're insane.
So Rebecca Bateman, she's the other one. So she's like your arcane specialist. She's a spell slinger. So same sort of thing. She gets bonuses for what's it called? Arcane Acuity.
So she's got a +1 to arcane attacks for her myth. So she spends one myth and gets +1 to her arcane attack, which is a 12-inch range that causes fatigue, which is the same.
Yeah. But she's a bit better with the base.
Yeah, she's a bit better.
Base number and then boosted again.
And then she also gets the Aegis of Reflection, which when this model would take damage from an arcane attack, reduce that damage by 2 to a minimum of 1.
That's pretty good.
Which
reduced by 2 is actually...
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad they put the minimum of 1 in there, otherwise it should be basically impossible. You're going, no, that's just not fair. But you've got Bridget with all 3 types of attacks, and then you've got these 2 with a physical attack and a specialty. And that's really, really cool. And they both get to nominate a quarry when they come in first of all, so they mark a model. And then she, if she's still alive, can mark them another one or assign them another quarry. Solid stuff.
Technically, with placing those portals and things like that, you can actually sort of secure an area of the board pretty much straight away.
If you wanted to.
Scenarios, And it can also force your opponent to keep all their stuff together. Because if you have a model that's caught out in the open with these 3 girls coming after them, I don't think they'd last around. Like your dice, even average dice rolls would just massacre them.
Especially if they're willing to put some myth into these abilities.
Which you would, because you'd want the bonus on your initiative roll at the start of the next turn, because you'd want to go first.
Yeah, and I mean, like I say, they both have the sprint as well. So they go from a 5 move and 7 charge to a 7 move and 9 charge.
Yeah. And...
that's just no. They both cause bleed with their hand-to-hand combat, and you've got a burn and a fatigue, depending on which one you use.
Yeah.
But that's just no.
So burn's good because it gives your opponent penalties to their defense and their attacks and things like that.
Yeah.
So that helps you with that as well.
Yeah.
So.
And the bleed is always good. I mean, causing them extra wounds is never a bad thing. And with both of them having it, it means if one causes it and then the other one causes it, they just lose automatic wounds.
They're doing more damage. So, so these hounds, they're actually quite fast. They've got a charge of 8.
Yeah.
As a base. So.
They've only got a move of 5, but a charge of 8.
Yeah.
Which is a little odd, but insane. They can twist reality, so their myth point gives them the ability to move basically through anything they want.
Yeah. Terrain and other models, and that's a big thing.
That's pretty huge. As long as they don't end overlapping anything, they can spend a myth and just move through the lot.
Yeah. It's so hard if there's a particular character that you want to protect.
And you're trying to get them behind cover or use your own models to block movement.
No.
He doesn't care.
No.
He just goes straight through everything. And he's got a decent combat ability with a bleed. So that's not good. He's also got drain fluid, so this model heals 2 wounds if it inflicts 4 or more wounds on another model.
Yeah. Healing's good. Healing is good.
Healing is really good in
So
this one.
The downside with them, they've only got a what do they call a madness of 2.
Their
Like
limit,
limit
is
is
2.
2, where the girls are 4, so they're quite good.
But still, I mean, he gets his +1 to a quarry of one of them. He can heal. He's only got 19 wounds, but he can heal. And he causes fear as well, which is not cool. So, yeah, nasty stuff.
So a lot of the abilities, when they flip over, they sort of keep them. Have a look here.
I think they pretty much keep all of them.
Repose. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it looks like with all their hoopy abilities of traveling through time and space and things like that, they've allowed them to actually keep hold of their sanity and their abilities, which is really handy.
Yeah, nothing changes.
Nope.
Nothing changes. Good Lord.
Yep.
Second faction here I come.
Yeah. I think they're going to be a favourite. They are very, very cool. I like them.
If you're looking for A, cool models, but B, some really funky mechanics that you can play with, they're good. Yeah. They're really good.
So that's the Silver Venators. Let us know how you go with them if you've actually played them. We'd like to know.
Yeah.
If there's any sort of pointers and tips and things like that. But
chuck a comment down.
Yeah, please.
All good.
Well, that's it. Thank you. See ya.
Bye, guys.